Um, with or without spoilers? Alright, so the Steam description is... it tells the story of a person struggling to deal with something they do not understand.
Okay, that's very vague.
You want spoilers?
No.
Alright.
I don't know anything about it, so I may as well experience it.
I think you do, but you forgot. Because we watched the whole damn video explaining the whole thing.
Yeah. I usually watch videos to have background music, background sounds. Not necessarily to intake the information.
What I'm learning here is that I should pay less attention to things. And stress about it less.
This is a stressful game.
No.
Hi, Samantha! Hi, Nabil.
Annabelle. Quick, Samantha, quit playing Oblivion and watch us stream.
Hi,
Hey,
Saria.
Quill.
Hope the campaigning stuff went well. We letterboxed as many letters as we could
So we ran out.
till we ran out of letters, and we just today went to pick up a bunch of how to vote pamphlets.
Mhm.
So if anyone here is able to vote for Vic Socialists, vote for Victoria Socialists. Number one.
Number one.
Number one.
Not number two.
We learned a lot.
Number one.
Actually, it might be worth talking about on stream, especially when we get a little bit more Aussies in the gang. I know that in
Yeah.
the chat, I know that Saria is Aussie, and chances are you already know how preferential voting works. But we learned a little something about how the finance of that works as well. So I want to talk about that on the stream when we get a few more people, maybe some other Aussies in.
Yeah.
How do I commit voter fraud and vote in this other country's election? It's like, I feel like there's a lot of elections going on this year, though.
Yeah.
Like, around the world. I know Canada's got an election as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've been campaigning for Victorian Socialists, which is a socialist party in Victoria, as the name alludes to.
Yeah.
I was something I didn't know is that apparently the Senate vote is not something that is federal.
I
Because
guess
Nick
it's
said the
state-based.
Nick said ACT's Senate elects are different to ours.
Yeah, and it makes sense, because otherwise they probably wouldn't call themselves Victoria Socialists.
I guess, but I just thought that's how they started, so they called
Yeah.
themselves that. Because
Old Victorian England.
no, because the state we're in is called Victoria.
Yeah, but it's named after
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria of England.
Preferential voting financing is a fascinating subject. Yeah, I'll reiterate what we learned when there are a little bit more Aussies in the chat, because I do think it's important to know how your votes work.
Yeah.
They're not time-traveling Victorian orphans. That's less cool.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Queensland 2. Wait, are you in Queensland? Queensland 2? Are there only 2 options for Senate? Is that what you're saying?
No way.
That can't be right.
No way. No.
So how bad are the chances for those trumpet fuckers? Look, they got a lot of money. The thing I'm worried about is their ads are everywhere.
They are literally the party that spends... I'm
money.
saying parting with... technically their party. That spent the most money on campaigning in Australia, which is insane, because they have, like, 1 seat. Or something like that.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
have, like,
very
4%
successful.
or something.
So they're really throwing out money to the advertisement industry, I guess, for nothing. Didn't they rename it to...
She's in Northern Territory. We got 2 seats for the election here. That's crazy. That's so little for the amount of...
Are you talking about your electorate, like in the lower seats?
The lower house.
Or straight up the Senate?
Maybe she's talking about the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be right. In all of NT? I mean, how big is... Northern Territory is a much smaller population, I suppose.
It is, but I think the thing
how
that's
many people
fucked up
live there?
is the Northern Territory has the biggest population of Indigenous
Yeah.
Australians, so it's like... a little bit upsetting that they are less represented.
I forget that Northern Territory is smaller population. How many people live there? Oh, 249. Like basically a quarter of a million live there.
So half of ACT. Right?
A little bit more than half, I'm pretty sure. You know what? A little bit less than half of
half
ACT. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's wild. Why don't we start streaming, and then when there's a little bit more chat happening, especially if other Aussies join, then we can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, if we feel like not playing the game. I think it's a game where there's very, like, throughout the whole game, this narrative.
I see.
Alright, shall we go?
Get into the game.
Let's do it. Let's do it then. Get on with it. Let's do a little recalibrate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Alright. What? What happened? Can you see that? Yes, you can. Alright. Let's turn that down a bit.
This is one of my top 5 games of all time. Oh,
really?
That's good.
God damn. Who said that?
Sorry. So, I don't know. I think
You forgot everything that you know about this game somehow.
I know about this
which is amazing. Can you apply that to other things?
Yeah.
Like your PIN code?
Most other things. No, not numbers. I remember numbers.
Alright. I can work with this.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
Thanks.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse.
Hi, Robin!
Hey.
At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this is just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made.
Just
Until suddenly
non-stop
one
cranking.
day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
Take notes, everyone.
Okay,
Oh.
that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is
Non-stop
loading,
until
I'll show
he
you
stops.
the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Yes.
Warning.
Warning.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Warning.
Warning. Warning.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Beginning
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room. Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it. Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Whisper machine is what they call me when my vocal modulation
you there,
issues
in
act
the
up.
engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Yeah.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
Hi, Marie.
Hello.
probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Wow, it's so peaceful up here.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
I played this with Anton. Cool.
I can't walk.
How's everyone doing? Did y'all have a
Yep.
good Easter
In this
break?
game, you can
Oh.
only walk backwards.
Let's see.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
The way
But the future
I
is
forgot
always
we
behind her.
restocked with Thai sriracha, so my mouth is on fire. Oh no!
How will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
What's with the crosshair?
Yeah,
Is that intentional?
that's just what it is. You are now entering the spooky zone.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda
It's
would put
nearly
bizarre titles
every
like this
direction.
one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, slowing down. Oh,
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
what do you think, chat? Should we click enter? Or should we move at a snail pace? Cast your vote now. Should we click enter or keep walking at this pace?
Guessing it's motion sickness. Oh, that's about the crosshair. No hacks. Play as dev intended.
Here I go.
We can talk about how our weekend
About the
was.
election.
We're gonna talk about the election. Aussie's in the chat. Don't forget to put your most leftist party as your first vote.
And not the second. And especially if they're a small one that really need the support, then you really want to put it as one.
For those who can vote Victorian Socialist, please vote Victorian Socialist number 1. The way that Australia has elections, the way that we have voting here, is that there's preferential voting, which means you can actually vote in order of your preference, and that is absolutely beneficial towards smaller parties. I think
Not
a
bigger
lot of
parties.
People... What?
And not the bigger parties.
Yeah.
As in, like, there's no point in putting a big party above a small party.
So, let's see. Actually, I'll be back. Gotta go outside and eat my lunch to enjoy the sun. See you later, Marie.
See you,
I
Marie?
think we should talk about this for 15 minutes before deciding to press enter. Depends how much you want to see Coda's vision. We love an independent. So, like, the way that... Because we've been volunteering for the socialists, and they gave us some statistics on how it works. If you get 4% of the vote of that, like, population, whatever that is, whether that's your electorate or, like, a bigger, like, a state or whatever, if you get 4%, you will actually get funding from the government for your next...
You will get your deposit back.
Yeah.
And you will start getting, like, $4 per vote. So ask yourself, who do you want to give $4 when you vote?
Yeah. So, remember that small parties benefit from you voting them before big parties. If you're going to vote, for example, if you want Labour to win, you should put Labour like number 6 or something in the Senate. You should put your small parties that you prefer. You should put, let's say, Vic Socialists, the Voice, Australia's Voice, and then Greens, and then whatever, because Vic Socialists probably won't win a Senate seat. Then it slides onto Australia's Voice, which probably won't win a Senate seat, and it will slide onto the Greens, which may win a Senate seat, because Greens are just slipping by. And if you get the chance to vote basically in order of your preference with the thought of the party size, just like you're basically getting to vote multiple times, but remember your number one vote is the one that goes towards monetary value. If you vote Vic Socialist number 2, they don't get any of their deposit back from that vote unless they hit the 4%. So that's how it works. Something that I didn't know at all. Socialist Alliance is active. So like the way that I want to vote is probably Vic Socialist, Australia's Voice, Socialist Alliance, Greens, probably like Animal Justice Party or something.
Stand
and
on
then,
the X, staring at a bear for 3 hours.
and
You
then
walk around talking people
A
down for
room that's warm,
pursuing their
and
hopes and dreams.
nice, and filled with little ideas for games.
Press you to surrender.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually
A stranger
vibrant and
appears.
compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Games filled with chairs, except one chair is floating. We did it. We did it the way the dev intended it. Ready, set, fish.
you can also, by the way, in case you didn't know, you can number beyond what it says. So when it says like you have to number 1 to 6, you can also put a 7 and 8, etc., etc. So if you have a bunch of small
Well, this
parties
is new
you'd
for
rather
Coda.
vote in,
It's an actual puzzle.
vote all of the small parties
ahead
and
and see
then
if you
Labour
can
or
solve
whatever.
it.
Labour could be number 10. If you want the vote to fall down into Labour. So Timbo would be proud. All I know is voting below the line is more effective than above. Yeah, if you vote below the line, still make sure to put in all of
Don't
the
forget
smallest
that
parties
solution,
first.
because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Remember that the most important vote is whoever gets number 1, because they may get money out of it. So for all those people that for some reason want to vote Labour number 1, you're not helping anyone.
Well, you're helping Labour by giving them $4.
Labour doesn't need money. Liberal doesn't need money.
You're giving.
That seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
It's not working.
It's not working?
I'm pressing enter. Uh-oh. That's weird.
Essentially, if you vote for a big party, your preferential vote technically goes to waste, since the preferential voting only kicks in if 1, 2, and 3, etc. comes last during the counter. Exactly. So, always vote small to big. As long as that suits your kind of, like, politics.
I'm just gonna try something.
But also, like, who the hell actually agrees with the politics of Labour or Liberal,
Okay.
specifically? So, I think it makes sense.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Owls.
I think the game is actually a bit broken. I can't move.
The way my dad thinks is the opposite in this case. That is so weird.
Oh, that's why. Is there like a... There isn't. Because it changed to this.
That's weird.
Don't like that. Move forward. Move back. And move left strafe. Move right strafe.
So weird. Apply.
And I had to basically put the... I saw there were 2 interact buttons, so I just made it 2 separate buttons, assuming one of them would be the enter that it's looking for. You're now entering.
That's why I genuinely think some people
this,
don't understand
with
preferential
the entering
voting.
game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
It's like, in Australia, you basically never have to vote, like, you don't have to vote 1 on the lesser of 2 evils. You can always vote number 1 on a party who you know probably won't win, but needs your support, and that support actually means something when enough people are voting.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Talked to my cousin about it, and apparently Pope Francis, RIP, said that we're all politicized while lacking a political culture, i.e. strong opinions without knowing how anything works. Where, as in the general public. Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe not even that many people are actually that political. I think that people I'm around are that very political. But the general public, I'm not sure if they even care, and that's why they don't care to learn about preferential voting or explore the small parties, even though we have such a good system to actually get heard, democratically speaking. I've met a lot of people who just say they never know what to vote. They just hate election day. They hate voting.
Oh.
And it's like, I also hate voting, but but like, I want certain things to happen.
Oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Sad thing is there's a general apathy that I feel is manufactured from these politicians themselves.
I've seen this.
So many of the fucking ads this year have just been
It's
like,
the puzzle again.
oh, you can't
With
have
the
another
exact same
4 years
solution
of
as the
Labour.
last time.
Don't vote for Labour. It's like, okay, are you gonna tell us any of your policies or not? Obviously not, if you don't have anything
There's
worth
still
talking
no
about.
clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Sad thing is, there's such a large portion of people who only care about the number at the end of their paycheck. They will literally vote for fascists over 50 cents.
Listen.
You there, did you come from
Here,
up above?
Coda begins using a kind of
was up there?
dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there were floating colored blocks. That's the world above! You've been there. Now, this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches?
Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I didn't remember having to go through any puzzle. I remember not to tell
I
you.
prefer.
I prefer not to tell you after all, we've only just met. I'll say that.
What? But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it.
You think you want to get through it, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. Alright, I will tell you how to solve it. Say that.
Wonderful. Well? What is it? What's the answer? Please speak to me and tell me how to escape. Tell me how to be free of this prison. I must know. It's the most important thing.
And then I leave.
I have a few people abstaining, and I totally get it. In the face of the genocide, it's hard out here. Still voted though. I will always vote when I can.
Now we're here.
I mean, there's a lot of like the APAN website has a how to vote card to vote most in favor of Palestine. For example. Coalition playbook. Fuck the economy. Blame the opposition. I think that even if you don't trust the way governments work and the way that the system is working, showing Labour or Liberal that there are enough people who care about the kind of politics of smaller parties can make them, swing closer to, like,
They
that's,
will have to if it becomes essential for their existence.
that's kind of why
It's pressure.
I think that's why we had so many teal candidates last election, because that's basically people actively fighting against the liberal domination.
Yeah, but also remember the reason why the two major governments aren't really changing much is because they're trying to appeal to the same mass of people.
Yeah.
So they're trying to appeal to the middle class, and that will be their primary concern. If it became a larger concern for them to appeal to, let's say, the working class, then they would have to do that, even compromise for the middle class for it.
Yeah.
That's why you should vote in manners that represent the working class. A vote is just a representation. And as long as the majority of that representation acts as the interest of the middle class, that's their major concern.
Yeah.
And that's as simple as it is.
Yeah.
So don't throw away your representation.
Yeah.
Vote when
or
you
don't
can.
throw away the people you care about's representation.
Yeah,
because
or
I think
that
that's
even.
another thing.
Yeah,
I
you
think
don't
that
have to be
sometimes-
working class to care about the poor.
No, but
you
I
know?
also mean, like, I feel like sometimes I feel disillusioned about how the politics work. And realistically, what happens is Liberal or Labour gets kind of the power anyway. But then I think I'm going to always vote anyway, even though I don't feel like it does a lot individually, because there are people out there who can't as well.
Mhm.
There are people out there who can't vote, and I want my vote to count for them as well. And if nothing else, you are countering a vote from the fucking trumpet guys or the fucking One Nation guys.
That's
If you don't care about politics, use your vote to counter the fucking
Yeah.
like most fascist
And in that case,
because they will vote.
And in that case, vote as far left as you can, because then you are combating the far right voices
that's
as much as you can. So yeah. No, I've been here the entire time.
I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the blank space in the middle.
What happens if I solve it? Why would I sit in the black space? Who are you? I want to say that.
Just go hang out in the blackness for a bit. You may not like it at first, but it'll grow on you eventually.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
I think that if people are disillusioned about stuff, that's very fair. But I also think that not doing something about it is kind of not the answer. Which is not to say that you have to go out and vote. It's to say that, like,
it's a lamppost.
You should go out
Okay,
to
I
rallies.
can't tell
You
you
should
quite
go
why,
out to
but
meet people.
For some reason,
you should
Coda
go out to meet
fixates on
like
this
left-wing
lamppost.
people.
It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Right.
Start a local tabletop weekly meetup and talk about socialism. Building community can be fun and rewarding. Exactly.
This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Nice room, not?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
In the world of notes, one man will read all of them. This summer,
that
you will believe
in playing
blue
this
speech
game
bubbles
and
can
seeing
talk.
how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
You gonna read it?
No, there's so many. Free t-shirt. Inside doorway. Door how open. Open sesame. Make games include store cannot open door. Thanks. Okay. Today I will meet the person who made this. I help people because of the eternal good internal good feeling I get. New room. You hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? It's not very crowded here. Don't bother. This is where I get off. I failed to write anything here. Stop, turn back, proceeding further will only result in misery. Why is that painting?
What?
Oh, what? Oh, what? Does not matter if you ever get over there. Very good game.
I want to get over there.
Next time I will do better. I'm not safe.
Wow.
Painting, what does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. Who are all of you? Stop pretending you are other people. But how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Maybe I feel real someday. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be reason for it, though. His terrible secret. He kept it well. I beat the game. More room.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Now, what the fuck do I do? Help. Help. This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Shit, how do I solve it? Developer, answer, please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Bad at video games, those other guys.
Yeah. How do you leave notes?
Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please, please. Why are you having so much difficult talking? Speak, 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 speak. Crystal.
All
Okay, this one's
stars
tough.
die too.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
What did everyone do on the weekend? Well,
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
What furniture ought to go into the center of the room? How about a TV with surround sound? A refrigerator. Put a giant hole in the ground. 3. Huh. Okay,
What
now
about along the wall of the room?
let's put a huge picture of a horse. I'd really like a washing machine. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Really like a washing machine.
I think we should light up this room a bit.
Skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling light with fluorescent trim. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Table.
And a table. You need a table.
Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in 1935.
That can't be right.
Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Hi, Isla.
Hyla.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Not much. Did a bunch of housework. We set an extra desk up as a catwalk for a station. Nice.
This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. First, click on this table. Good. Now go to the photo frame and click
Turn it slightly.
turn slide.
Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then back on. Now go to the left side so far. Move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. We went to a mutual aid drag show on the weekend. That was very good.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very funny.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Your crosshair being a big box is really weird.
Yeah. It's disorienting. I think it is just to show that we're not really playing a game per se. It's just like a... Oh. Hello?
Who is this?
Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison.
You're me? So you're trapped in this prison too?
Yep, I was in
It's
the
a
furniture.
conversation. And so
Furniture
this
maze.
is what Coda wants,
Skip
is to
story.
be able to
Just
talk to
reverse
someone,
prison.
to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
That's where I
But
am
the
now.
irony is that even in this scenario,
Oh, I'm so
you're
glad
still
to know
talking
that I will get
yourself.
out eventually. What's it
You know,
like to escape?
All of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison.
Why? Was there anything about it that you felt good about? Being here sucks.
True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. It was comforting. I knew its limits. I knew my place. Don't you feel excited about getting out? The promise of freedom? 1.
I did that too, I guess. But is that just how I'm gonna be forever? I'd really like to change that.
Maybe. No, I think you'll find a way to change.
Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped?
No, I think I'm the first person to call back.
Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do?
To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. Tell me how you feel right now.
What? That will free me? How does that work?
Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it'll work. Just tell me how you feel.
Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change.
Go on.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Just in time
So
for
what would it
August
look like if Coda
2009.
wanted to make a game about
Made it back in
talking to
time.
someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
But
Looking nice for Source, I would say. That one bed.
well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and a right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy
You'll
homes.
notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From
Don't
here
worry
on
about
out,
me,
he
a
begins
place
putting
this
much more
nice.
effort into
Be
the
glad to stay
visual
here all
polish
night.
of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Oh, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning, then you decide whether you can do it all right. I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, could you please run into the bedroom and make the bed?
Huh.
While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit?
How'd you end up doing this job?
A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good during something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I'm ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone put this couch all in a mess. Could you come out and straighten those pillows? Oh dear, looks like somebody spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as you're over there. Feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that?
Make it especially cheesy.
No. No, it was stupid, sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come out and do that? Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it the best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human.
Oh. After.
Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, will you put them back on the shelf? Now, then, how about you come and clear these dishes off
After
the
the
table?
intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have to absolutely own it, otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and
I
leave
know
the
that
future
Coda
chores
really
to
liked this
future you.
game.
Present you
Of
wants
all
to
his
smooth
work,
out
actually,
the rug
this
in the
was the
bedroom.
only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was gonna say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. Take care of it and it takes care of you. Huh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that.
But there's a bit of truth in it, no?
Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, could you please clean up the books? Thanks. Oh goodness, the pillows are all over the couch are a
I'm glad
mess.
he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Question. Do you
But,
enjoy
of
this?
course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Wow.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here early? Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. Came here to be perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. This is so easy.
About halfway
It
through
is
the
so
game,
easy.
the perspective shifts.
Being perfect is effortless. If you could video game, would you?
This is the
And you
key.
play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Slowly off you, it's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Understand that you won't be happy until you love me. This is for you. Seek out the one thing, what is the easiest, simplest path. I'll say that one. That's fun. Just kidding! Oh, I'm not a good teacher. Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true.
And you go up to the
Nope.
black hole.
Everyone run, run!
fell pretty hard for this one.
Perfection, perfection,
I feel
perfection.
like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Wow, much to think about.
Man, much to think about. It's back.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Oh!
Jump scare.
Performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. Me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against the wall. Oh, this
that
wall. I wasn't there before. Good, stay right there. Woman across the room, in this chair, is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her.
Wise.
Oh,
Happy.
Where's the bathroom?
What are you doing? You're deflecting. You're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again.
Super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Number 1.
No. That's not what I said. Not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, in just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's just that you need a better feel for the setting. There were lots of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Oh, now go talk to the girl. Talk to her again.
What are some sacrifices you had to make?
You're messing it up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal so quickly. Do you not realize how important that was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back off the stage.
Post. Oh! Oh!
Okay, yes, now
The
it's
game
working.
ends with this
is what it was
premonition
like.
of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to
It's perfect,
fears of
wonderful.
having to
This really
perform
is
and
wonderful.
having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Thank goodness
But
they
what
make
can
a
you do?
beginner's. They made a
After
beginner's
this,
guide.
Coda
I would
went
never
off
have
and
gotten
took
past the
another
beginning
5
of whatever
months
this is.
to make a new game.
Hi, Wepish.
Hello. Morbius trip. Play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes open and you can keep your eyes closed.
Alright.
Do it.
Ah!
What's going on?
Oh.
Captain, what can we do? I can't die like this. I can't die like this.
Ah.
And then your options are 1. Help, I'm blind. 2. I can't see anything. And 3. What's going on?
2.
I can't see anything. There was a giant door. Then my vision went black. You can't see anything. Can you move forward? Turn to your turn a little bit to your right.
Okay.
There's a big door coming at us.
Am I in right direction?
Yes.
Keep
Oh, it crashed.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh,
All right.
what's going on?
You can say that if you press
You
3.
should probably
If I
open your
press
eyes
what?
If you haven't
3.
already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is
Alright.
a solution by the way.
So turn left. Go straight.
Like this?
Yeah. A little bit to the right.
A little bit to the right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this?
More to your right.
More to my right. Like this?
More to your right. More. Okay, we crashed.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright, what now?
Alright, turn to your left. Straight.
Straight.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right. A little bit less right. Straight. Stop. Right. Okay, there's a lot of people talking here.
Am I still turning right?
Stop. Forward. Quiet. Be quiet and find the shields. Okay, so there's shields somewhere.
Okay.
Alright, left.
Alright.
No, too much. Too much.
Oh shit.
Forward. Stop. Left.
Left.
Right.
Right.
No, stop. Turn around.
Ah. Turn around.
180. Yeah.
Alright. Am I doing it?
You're walking into the ground.
I don't know what. I'm blind. I can't
Alright,
see anything.
Move your mouth to 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Forward.
Forward.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Forward. The door's gonna crash us.
The door's gonna crash us. What do you
Okay.
mean?
We died. Left.
Left.
Too much.
Too much.
Forward.
Forward.
Right.
Right.
Forward. No. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing clocks.
Stop.
Stop.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Okay. A little bit to your left, just straight.
A little bit to my left, straight.
Yeah. Stop. I want to talk to these people.
Okay.
We're going to crash, aren't we? Turn around so that you can talk to other people.
Okay.
Forward. I need to try to find my supplies. Okay, they crashed.
Okay.
Left.
Left.
Right.
Right.
Left.
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 Yeah, you're walking
Let
into
me
a
explain
chair.
how you're supposed to do this.
Oh, okay.
On either side of the room are elevators, which go up to an upper level.
Okay.
You have to go up, walk over to the person who's standing there, and then select dialogue option number 2.
Okay, well, let's just wait for the crash then.
Okay.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Just watch the door crash into us.
The door crash into us.
There's a big door coming out. Alright,
Oh.
you ready? Left.
Yeah. Left.
Left a little bit more.
Left. A little
Right.
bit more. Right.
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 Stop.
Stop.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Like this?
Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, go forward. Yeah, yep. Elevator. You're in the elevator.
Okay.
So, do about 180 so that you can...
Like this?
Yeah, a little bit more. Forward.
Forward.
There's a person next to us. The only way to stop it... Ah, no! Okay,
Right.
left.
Left.
Right.
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 Stop.
Stop.
Left.
Left.
Forward. Stop.
Stop.
180.
180.
Forward. A little bit to the left. A little bit to the
Little bit
left.
to the left.
Yep. Right. Forward. Stop. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I am bursting with creative energy. I can't keep making these. My work is always fun.
3.
No, that isn't truthful! Crash. Alright, ready? Left. Right. Stop. Left. No, too much. Yes. No, we missed the door. We're not gonna make it.
What do I
on
do?
time.
What do I do?
Okay. We're just gonna wait until the door crashes.
Oh,
into us.
what?
Turn,
What?
Turn right.
Turn right.
Alright, a little bit more to the left. Just so the audience can see the door coming at us. It's a
Alright.
big space station, and
Uh-huh.
a giant door, which is the door puzzle, is crashing into us.
I can't wait for the clip
Left.
for this. Left.
Right.
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 A little bit more to the right.
A little bit more to the
Yeah.
right.
Stop.
Stop.
Left.
Left.
A little bit to the right. Tiny
Little
bit.
bit to the right.
Yeah, forward. Left.
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 So forward.
Forward.
Stop.
Stop.
Okay. A little bit to the left.
Uh huh.
Forward.
Forward.
I don't think we're gonna make it, but let's see. We're in the elevator.
Elevator. 180.
Yeah. A little bit to the left. A little bit more. Up. Crash. Okay.
Alright.
Left.
Left.
Right.
Right.
Left.
Left.
Right.
Right.
You're turning like way more. Left. You're middle amount, not as much.
What
Forward.
way, middle?
Forward.
Forward!
Because you're like doing massive swings.
Okay!
Stop. Okay. Turn left.
Alright.
Forward.
Forward.
Stop.
Stop.
Little bit to the right.
A little bit to right.
Forward. Stop. You're in the elevator. Turn.
180.
Stop. You're looking really far down onto the ground. I can't see anything. Okay. Left.
Left.
Stops. Forward. Forward.
Forward.
A little bit to the right. Forward. A little bit to the right. No, that's too much. Forward. Stop. Left. Stop. Forward. Turn around. Stop. Forward. You're talking to the person soon.
Uh-huh.
Forward. Only way to stop it is to speak the truth. Number 2. There you go. That's it. That's the truth.
Can I open my eyes? Can I?
It says, I don't feel
Like
it
I
anymore.
said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? And then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but
You can probably
he
open your
literally
eyes
just
now.
can't think
Alright.
of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like,
Uh-huh.
you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time?
Stop.
It was that kind of thing.
Oz
Here
politics
was
be
the point
like.
in my relationship with him where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Uh,
The
Oh, I can keep
determination to
talking.
do it half blind.
I can't keep making these. I'm out of ideas. It's draining me. I don't feel it anymore.
That was what was coming towards us.
Yeah, alright. I'm talking. I haven't been honest. I can't figure out how to say the thing. I thought it was going to be easy.
Doing it. It's working.
I'm alone. I'm stuck in it. I have to work harder.
We're going to be okay. That was funny. I hope there were some clips of that.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
That's still not a lot of time, I feel like, for a game.
Whoa. Hello? Breath. How do I get out of here? Oh, okay.
Me when I breathe. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost.
I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh, okay.
Oh no! What happened? Did something change?
I'm trying to find this engine it used to protect me to start it again. Oh, okay.
This is very clitoris shaped.
Yeah.
This is very pussy shaped.
It is, ain't it?
Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where that is. It isn't far.
What?
I only got one clip. Sorry, I was just laughing. That's fair.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11.
I can take you to it, but there's a
Put yourself
problem.
in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression,
Deal.
even. And yet still he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective, at the
Vaping
time,
pussy
and
islands
just
into
what I knew of him,
existence.
this was a result
The
of how
newest vape
isolated he
trick.
was.
The
He
pussy
was
cloud.
in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Hello, Nabil. Welcome back.
Eloy.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that that game development is simple and joyous. That you love it 100% of the time.
Alright, making games is effortless. Oh,
Ah, that feels wonderful.
why did the walls just crumble?
Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Saying that creation is easy.
When I games, I feel completely energized.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Such a simple
I was watching him
solution.
do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video games are not worth this amount.
I'm going
of
to
suffering.
vomit.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The machine. Guard.
Be when I'm a god. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like.
I tend to be quick, I tend to be quiet, I tend to be brutal. Quick. Speedrun.
Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about this machine. It calls itself Coda.
Alright, I gotta bunny hop my way because I said I'd be fast. Oh no, get out of my way! I'm bunny hopping. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
Your work is keeping us healthy.
Hey, buddy, you got two options here. You can be a god, or you can be a press.
These people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? So here's what needs to happen. You need to go out and apologize to them. And admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. No? Nothing? Think carefully, know how to hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. Hi. My people! Sus! Among Us! It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. Did it on purpose. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay its retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. I'll say the first one. Follow me and we'll destroy the machine. Follow me and we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Yeah! Come on, come on. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I'll make sure your work dies here, Coda. I'll make sure you are known forever. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposure to the view of others every day forever, seen in naked clarity?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively...
This is just like
feedback.
Detroit Become
So,
Human.
what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
This is interesting.
Death. Death, destruction, death. Oh no.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Deranged.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The tower. The tower.
The tower.
And
This
this
bit
is where I
always
have
puts a
trouble
bad
saying
feeling in
anything
my
meaningful
stomach.
about
Yeah.
Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
This game is very good. The meta game is very good.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I think it's pretty deranged that this person is able to, like, edit the game.
Yeah.
Like, as in, you know.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
It feels a little bit
I'll
like
put the code
Coda
on the
made
ground
this
for you here,
game.
though, so that we can move on.
It feels a little bit like Coda made this game specifically for... What's his name? Whoever the narrator is.
Yeah.
Just to piss him off. Davey. That's right.
15, 16, 17. Oh.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure.
Well, his
I
name
guess, and I
backwards
can't
is Ned the Murderer.
fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
Oh. So it was true. Dear Davey,
I am
thank you
the
for your
reason
interest in
you
my games.
stopped
I
making
need to ask
games,
you not
aren't
to
I?
speak to me anymore.
It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
I felt like this was maybe made for him on purpose.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You've so infected my personal space
And
that it's possible I
people
did
who
begin to
played
plant
them,
solutions in my game.
They
work
treated
somewhere,
me
hidden
like
between
I was
games.
important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Davey talking over Coda's word is appropriate somehow.
Mm.
Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? I thought that the lampposts were kind of like weird.
Mm.
Would you simply
And then
let
you
them be
stopped.
what they are?
And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that it doesn't make sense to you just yet. You're just fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope one
I'm
day
afraid that I did something really
clicks.
stupid because I don't like myself.
and that you make peace with this thing you're wrestling. And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay
Zooming
as long
in.
as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me?
The walls are crushing
'Cause
you.
I know that
that's
I
what
did
it
an
is.
awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again.
Yeah.
Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue.
That's why he put his email at the beginning.
Post.
I'm still not like 100% sure why this game is called the Beginner's Guide.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good.
Because the rest of the
Always
game is
more,
about
more,
ending.
more. It's like a disease.
Maybe it's just the irony of it.
Solution.
Bah! Fastest train in the West. Oh shit!
Oh!
I guess if someone had...
Yo! Who did that?
Raid! It was Rashila. I was gonna give him a shout out. Ah!
Thank you for the
Thank you
raid.
for the raid.
How many people?
Oh, Thank you, Robin, for doing that.
Thank you,
I
Robin.
was 11. They were playing Claw Obscure Expedition 33. I've never
I
heard
do
of that.
not know what that is.
I
No.
hope you had fun though. I
Yeah?
do love soup.
Thanks for playing.
Bean Barrage. Thank you so much for bringing some friends over. The
Oh, bean
lampposts
soup.
are lamp shading.
Told me ahead
Oh,
of time
they're
he just
lamp shading.
really enjoyed making
Mm.
prison games. Maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
Very new
Wouldn't
game.
have told
Awesome
so many
RPG.
people that he was
Hi,
depressed.
Happy Wolf.
Hey, Wolf.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
This is a really good game. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if people who've come in know anything about.
It's definitely the end of the game, so this is the epilogue of the game, so we will finish up this game quite soon.
Maybe we can play around them. Nubby or
Cool.
something.
It'd be-
now,
it'd be the
the
Nubby,
disease is
yeah.
telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Whoa, the sand.
Let's follow the sand.
When I put my beginner's guide theory into the stream, discuss under a spoiler tag. Sure. I think we're going to talk about it briefly. I don't think there's much of a theory so much as blatant writing.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to point out that isn't already pointed out in the game itself.
Whoa!
And the irony of pointing something out and theorizing about it.
Is fun.
Yeah.
This is what the ending of Outer Wilds looked like too.
Funny. Oh yeah. Spoilers.
I've played this back at launch ages ago. It's interesting for
If I
sure.
knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
I have to say, as shitty as Davey is in this,
Strange,
Coda really didn't
the thought
try
of
to
not
communicate
being
his
driven
dislike
by
of
external
Davey's
validation
It's far too late.
is
That's
unthinkable.
not true.
Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
We're like, okay, so let's acknowledge that this
I
is
didn't
a
hear.
fictional story first and
Yeah.
foremost. But even in the confines of the fictional story, we are watching a biased representation of the story.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know what happens outside of Davey telling us
What
this.
now?
We don't know if they've been communicating. We don't know if Coda's said, hey, I hate it when you fucking change my game.
It's a
No, like,
unreliable
as in,
narrator.
It's an unreliable
They
narrator.
need to
That's
do.
the point, isn't it? Like, we don't
Um,
know that
and
he hasn't tried to
I'm
communicate
sorry,
his
'cause
dislike
I know that I
of
said that I
Davey's
would be
behavior.
here and I would walk you through this, but
It's more a game about
starting to
Davey
feel
than
like
it
I
is
have a lot
Coda,
of work
really.
to do.
It's
And
not
a lot that I need
100%
to
clear whether or not there was
So,
communication outside of this.
Just
We only have one side of the story, and I think that's part of the... Like,
Okay.
even through Coda's work, we only have one side of the story because Davey keeps changing what the point of the games are.
Yeah. We don't even know how true to Coda's original game the games are.
Exactly.
Because the lampposts were apparently not part of it.
Even in that ending game, that could have been changed, right? Like that, some of the worst, most egregious stuff could have been taken out of that. We don't know. I think that's kind of the point of the game. I just think that if Coda had sent Davey an email that said, hey, don't do this please, instead of boxing his thoughts in his games, he would not have led Davey to think that there was something to find in his games. Yeah, but Nabil,
The bill.
maybe he did.
May-
In the fiction of this universe, maybe he did. We don't know that. We've only heard one side of the story.
In fact, we were told that they had arguments.
Well, according to that last game, it was
Yeah.
like, stop talking to me, please. Which implies there is talking outside of these games. And we don't know what that talking was.
And frankly, that's none of your business.
I'm gonna go off the info we have. I can't go off info we don't get. Yeah, the info is biased though, so I choose to believe that there was communication outside of the games. That this unreliable narrator decided to not include.
The info
in
of
his-
the game is they did discuss, they did email. He was even at his place at some point.
We don't know what
Uh,
happened in those conversations.
Yeah.
I think that it is fully
And that conversation
fully, like,
got
believable
broken
that
clearly at some point.
Anything could have been said in those conversations. I'm just struggling to piece where this fits into the Elder Scrolls timeline. That's true. It's unclear where these games fit in the Elder Scrolls timeline. There's an implication and inferences to the off-game stuff, yeah. I think that this is like a very very strongly written game in that because of the way that like this narrator is kind of implied to be unreliable, we can't
here we go.
believe his side of the story. Hey,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh.
Oh, the maze.
Also the way he like, even when we were exposed to this mechanic, he already told you, oh, this is what you would feel, kind of thing. It's like, you don't even know that.
You don't know.
He was putting his own feelings into Coda.
It's an extremely potent narrative. It is. I wonder if there was any deeper meaning behind the wheel crosshair. I'm not sure. I feel like
I think it's just to make the game feel jank, because it's
the
not
game
like,
feel like something that
this
someone
is
made.
something that he put together by throwing every game together. This, and that implies that the epilogue is made by Davey, which, I mean, it is, because he set the whole thing up. And this is the feeling that he got.
I'll be honest, I don't think it's meant to be there. That's fine. I don't think it interrupted me too bad to imagine what that's supposed to look like, the crosshair.
Turn back. Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles.
Incredible game. I need to get back to the latest writing offering in one understanding.
And you're so tired.
Damn good games.
But I know that you're strong. So turn back.
He really seems to like making meta games.
That's cute. Cute song. That's good.
Alright.
Such a good game. Do you want to talk about it? Seeing as it is so clearly a
I think
narratively driven game. Obviously, this game is based on Davey Rendon's interactions with his audience after releasing Stanley Parable.
well,
Absolutely.
surely I mean, surely
It's a
he took
self-insert story. Yeah.
he's literally using his own name. That doesn't mean that the character that's speaking is supposed to literally be him.
No, I
but
think he's
it's a version
he's
of
Coda.
feelings that
no,
he
he's
can.
Coda.
Yeah, but he can probably also relate to what he's like. There's probably a real
Yeah.
like, some of it might be personal and some of it is a fictional. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about Davey here, not as the actual creator, but as the character.
Yeah.
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's insecure, and he is kind of like making other people the solution to like putting all that pressure on other people through love, I suppose, but in an obsessed way that isn't honest, I suppose. And Coda in this case is putting on this, well, is getting something that I imagine was a hobby, something they enjoyed, actually ended up draining him dry.
Yeah.
Taking out the enjoyment to the point where it becomes resentment. Like, he made like a trap game to just fuck with the person for hours, to basically point out, you are obsessed. And we can only assume Coda has been trying to say these things to the person before, and this is then the only way to really make it clear, because like, they doesn't want to talk to them anymore. It's a goodbye, and they basically say, stop contacting me as well. And it sucks. It's a shame. It's a sad story. I think the game already point all this out very well. Cool game.
Yeah. I think that
I don't. I feel like the idea of even theorizing about the game's meaning is kind of ironic, in a way.
it is. I think that the blatant message is the most important message in
Yeah.
the game. My favorite part is the prison games that there's just something neat. I mean, the games themselves are pretty fun representations of what it's like to experiment with things for the fun of them, and slowly getting more and more obsessed with their being, or not obsessed, being more concerned about there needing to be a satisfaction for the player. I think that's really interesting.
I mean, I remember, because, we've watched the videos that refer to this game, so I remember the core gist of it. So I titled the stream, "Gonna need a YouTube explainer for this one,"
The irony.
to point out the irony. Like, no, I don't need one. I already know what the game is about. And the irony of needing that after having played the game is like, it's already there. The needing an explainer
Unhealthy
is...
hyper fixation.
Yeah.
I think that I have like 100% felt exactly like the fictional Coda character in this, without the like one obsessive fan being the problem sort of thing. I feel like I've definitely felt some version of burnout with things that I used to enjoy, because I feel like the pressure of needing to satisfy an audience overtakes the joy of just creating something for the fun of it.
Mhm.
I think that there is like a lot of things in there that speaks to me about there being a machine sort of that has a lot of energy, but then suddenly kind of runs out of energy, is like very. I think that's also very ADHD sort of coded,
Yeah.
because like there's like an engine that you can just kind of keep working on until it just stops for no reason. And then on top of that, having like an expectation of like release, like, putting animations out or something for an audience, makes it really stressful. Like no specific person in my case, which is good. But that is why genuinely sometimes for me, even though I'm working with a whole team on Soup, just because of past interactions I've had with my own work, I get very like, I'm not taking suggestions right now, sort of. Like I'm not
This isn't for you.
This is not something I'm willing to change my vision on at this point, because just in my past, I have had a lot of situations where I felt like either just one-off YouTube comments that I know aren't extremely serious, or like people I've worked with have been like, "Oh, you should do this and this," and it's like, "Yeah, why don't you do that? I want to make the thing I'm making. Why don't you do the thing that you're suggesting?" And I've had that feeling a lot, and it's a really hard feeling to shake off, because at the end of the day, I want to make Soup mostly for me. So I think that it's just something where I have a very sensitive, like, kind of line for something Soup, so I relate super heavily to Coda. And I'm someone who does make a lot of stuff. Like, I do stuff a lot. Rarely am I somebody who is like working sort of under somebody else. I kind of I feel the sympathy for Davy in the story, but I don't feel the empathy for Davy in the story. Because honestly, I do not have that problem, if that makes sense. I don't have the problem of feeling like I'm not making enough myself. I'm always making shit. So I'm never like trying to attach myself onto other people's stuff.
Like, obviously it's a sad story.
It is.
Because Davy is clearly also very upset and trapped with this mood, but the thing isn't that Davy's acting correctly. Like, I think the whole story of the story is that it's something to reflect on there.
Yeah,
and like, it literally,
I enjoy working with other people on their stuff,
and
but
the
no
funny
part of me is trying to like claim any of the like. Davy in the story seems to be trying to be part of Coda's work to kind of claim some of the glory. I've never felt that. There's no part of me that empathizes with that feeling.
I feel like if there's anything in this game that makes you feel like rough for Davy and the whole like what Coda is doing, the irony of it is it's the exact same thing Davy was doing to Cody, but now reversed. Because what Davy is doing to Coda is an obsession with what they do, and then Cody's games become more and more. Coda's game becomes more and more
for Davy.
Davy.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them worse. They become less and less of Coda, and they become more about Davy till the end point where it is an obsession with Davy, because the game itself is designed only to like be as frustrating to Davy as it
He
can be.
wasted what, like
And
a
then-
year
and
making
then it
that
is-
for Davy. Yeah.
And then it is a message saying, "Stop contacting me." Like it's an obsession, and that was created through Davy's obsession as well.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
And it's and
I think just like, yeah, my experience with this is also like things that I've made before Soup, I have fully given up because of the audience. That's not their not to say like I blame the audience, but just because the pressure of having to release something that I feel like had to live up to the standard of what the audience wants. So it's like an internal pressure, not like because people actually were like, oh, you have to make this or whatever. That has been something that I've personally had to try to like battle with Soup as well, but like less so because I feel like now the kind of things that I'm making is very clearly something for me, and people seem to be enjoying it, even if I make something that only I would find funny, sort of like that I think only I would find funny. In the past, it has been things that have been more mass appeal, sort of. And I always think about this when it comes to things like, I don't know, like Disney and Marvel. I'm like, how much of that is you giving in to your Davies? Sort of, you know, like how much of that is you giving
That's
up what you
old
truly
Davy.
want to make to just appeal to the Davies out there.
So in other news, I got a drum kit.
Yay!
It arrived today. It's an electric drum kit. Yippee! I've been wanting to get that for a while, and it came a lot earlier than it was expected. And I am excited to get started on setting that up and getting started on playing drums. But I think it's too early to stop the stream, especially as we just got a big raid.
No, I
very
want to play
recently.
some Nubby.
So let's play some Nubby. And that's a game I don't need a YouTube explainer for. So the premise of Nubby is...
I do. I don't know how numbers work.
oh, let me tell you. Number go up, make brain go brr.
Okay, I understand.
And then we get Nubby in here. I feel like that's all there is to say to
Do
it.
you think Nubby's is a reliable narrator? I think that Nubby is a reliable narrator, but I don't know about Tony.
Tony, what's his deal? Purchase? Oh, it's because Alex is playing Nubby from your library right now,
Oh man!
I think. Or someone else's? Wait, what's going on?
I think somebody else is playing Nubby.
Do we have Steam share with Nick?
No, Nick bought it.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, alright. So be it then.
We can just message and ask.
That's fine. No one's playing it right now, it seems. And I'll just get it, then we have another one.
Yeah. Also, it's $6.
$6!
Alex is the gatekeeper of Nubby.
What are you even gonna do with $6? What are you even
It
gonna
said on
do
the
with
library
that?
that we couldn't stream it because Alex is playing it, but when we go onto the
But
friends list, Alex is not even
doesn't
online.
seem like Alex's.
So, whatever that means.
What's going on? Oh, wrong button.
$6 is 1.5 political parties.
See if I remember this. Oh,
I think that that beginner's guide is a pretty blatant story. Actually, like it truly
Yeah.
does not need a lot of explainers.
and if you do, just watch that Jacob Geller video.
I'll put us in. Oh,
I already clicked it as you were saying that.
1.5 votes. Alright, play.
Alright, play.
It's classic.
We did a win.
Oh, you did a win.
Did a win. Haven't done this yet, so I haven't played as.
This one's easy.
But I
because you
haven't.
get
But I haven't
money.
even played as Tony Jr. yet, so I must
Okay.
go.
All the Jacob Geller videos have Davey rendered lives. I don't know. I think having an opinion about something, having an interpretation of something, is not the same as being obsessed with it. Reading beyond a person's interpretation of something is not the same as being obsessed with it and changing it, physically changing it, and telling people about something as if it's theirs.
Didn't actually want the plastic trade. Kind of sucks.
Well, now you have to do
Half.
halving.
Yeah. Half's the highest peg, doubles the...
No, don't sell it. Just go.
Fuck it.
You fucking squandered it. I can't believe
Immediately
it.
death.
Reroll.
Oh yeah, that is a good one to reroll.
I mean, Davey Rendon, the person, not the character. I don't know anything about the person. I think that's another like aspect of the game.
And I will never pretend like I know anything about the person Davey.
Well, I was gonna say another big aspect of the game is when he admits that he doesn't know the person. Oh my god, look at all those legs.
Yeah. Well, this one's good, right?
Yes, it's very good. But you need more items.
Yeah, in fact,
Yeah, do that.
I need 2 legs. Or
Let's do it, let's do it.
just
No!
It's the same!
No, it's not! This is better with more items in your inventory. The claw.
Well, I'll get it. It's fine. I regret nothing.
You won't be able to buy more items.
I regret nothing.
You won't have the money to buy an item slot and more items.
I'd already spent all my money if I bought both of the pants.
Yeah, but then you'll have a slot, so then you'll get 4 times the benefit instead of 3.
I don't have that item yet.
Yeah, I know, but you're gonna get it next turn. I think Jacob Geller has a similar style of pacing, emphasis, and narration as Davey one. Oh, when he's like talking.
Oh, it's... okay. I just realized this is after a while,
Yeah.
which actually is pretty okay then.
You want the chicken.
Force trigger all items that summon anything.
Like the spikes.
Oh, that's a summon. Okay. And this guy, force trigger 1 random Nubby, dies item again. Nah. I don't even care about that. Fuck! That's fine. It's a double 1 random peg. 1 random peg. Every empty peg space will give it points equal to the total amount of pegs that have... This is good early?
It's good if you have board wipes, like the explosions
Yeah,
and stuff.
but I feel like it's good early because... Again, like, the total amount of pegs that are popped will be a countable amount, not something ridiculous. And right
I don't
now,
just mean
while
the way
I'm
they
early game,
talk,
it's
I
good.
mean the way they write and the ideas they focus on. Well, I don't know anything about Rendon, so I can't make a comment on that. I've played 1 Rendon game so far, and you just saw it. I'm introspective as fuck right now. Damn, what are you introspecting about then? Nice, oh my god, the money.
Money.
You've played Stanley Parable? No, I haven't. Why would you? I just told you. I played 1 game, and you just saw me play it.
I've played Stanley Parable, but I'm not Billy.
Oh, that was good. Oh, that was a good jump.
Ooh, it worked out.
My own obsessive behavior. Damn. Much to think about. Billy's played 1 game ever.
Which one is it? Fuck.
It's Monopoly. It's
You-
very good. I think.
Did you like it?
No, I didn't like Monopoly.
Oh, okay. That's a shame.
Yeah, we were talking about possibly me playing the Stanley Parable remake, but then we found out through spoilers that it's not a remake. So it might be worth playing the Stanley Parable first, maybe, then the Stanley Parable remake.
I think the remake still has the full Stanley Parable game in it.
So it's kind of like a DLC,
Yeah.
like on top of the main game.
If that helps. The understanding, sure. Yeah.
Well, Nabil says I think that'd be wise to play the first game first.
Alright.
We haven't played the remake at all. Like,
Shit.
neither of us have played the remake. But I haven't played the first one. So I think that... Oh shit. That was fucked. I think there's literally a door that says new shit through here.
Yeah, so if you just don't do the new shit door, then you have the full game of
The remake
Stanley
has the full
Parable.
game in it, but you can't really stumble into the material you shouldn't experience. Oh, I think what it is saying is that there's random stuff in the part that is not in the first game that is available.
Here's my take. Knowing you, I have played the Stanley Parable to the point that I've done everything in it. I know you don't have the patience to do that, nor want to.
I think what it's saying is there is a remake of the first game in the Stanley Parable remaster,
Yeah.
but there's also stuff that's not a true remake. There's stuff in that part
Yeah.
that is also new, and then there's also new content on top of that.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I think what he's saying is, if I want a vanilla experience of Stanley Parable, the first one is better
Yeah.
to play.
I understand all of that, and
so
my
what Johnny
read
is
and
saying-
my read of the situation is Billy is not neither you nor me. I don't think you would have the patience to go through the larger vanilla experience of Stanley Parable 1, as well as play the quote-unquote remake of it
And what I'm saying
in one setting.
And what I'm saying is, because Johnny has played Stanley Parable 1, we could probably play Stanley Parable Remastered. And just, anytime there is something that's not in the first game, you could be like, oh, they actually added this in this one. Like, you could just say, this is actually not supposed to
If
be
that's
here.
important, even.
Well, it is a cool thing to point out,
Yeah,
maybe. But yeah, we were talking about that. It's more or less what I'm saying.
Minimum ego stream for every 10 times Nubby has died in the game. When the peg is hit by echo, pass raw round goal.
You don't have any of those.
Currently emits 2. But
You
it's
don't
just
have pass round goal items.
right. Yes, reduce round. It doesn't seem that good. This one.
This is only if you have halving, which you don't. So I think Snake is the best.
Yeah, that's just like a whatever all around. I have to sell an item, which is fine. What's the worst item here?
But you can sell
Tree?
that one because
I
you're
don't
not
like
doing
it.
halving.
Yeah.
Way!
Way the money.
We nub it! Reminder, if you haven't launched Stanley Parable in 5 years.
To do that for the
launch it
achievement.
now for an achievement. Yeah. They're nubbing so hard right now. We're pegging so hard right now. That was so bad.
That's funny.
No. Oh god, no, Nubby, no!
Nubby, no.
Okay, that's good.
Chance to force trigger the slot in 3. Force trigger the item in slot 7 2 times
Not
for
happening.
each empty item. Not happening.
I think the spikes are pretty good.
Alright. Oh, come on.
Yeah!
Oh, I hit it once. Crazy! That'll do.
Not directly down.
And not that either.
Nice. Oh shit! Not nice at all! It's time for bed. Enjoy the numbers go uppies. Yeah, you have a good night.
Good night.
Gonna tell my therapist about how I had a life-changing realization watching the soup stream. Yeah.
Oh, good on
And then
you.
tell your tell your therapist about your interpretation of the beginner's guide. Open up more slots and buy more stuff.
Each item in your inventory gives points equal to a random hex number.
So you need to get all the slots open.
Pop 2 random pegs. The lowest number peg gives points equal to 10 times its number. If the lowest peg, it'll give 1,000 points instead. 10 pot peg. Blah, blah. Yeah, that's good this
Open
early.
another slot while you.
Hehe. Kind of want.
You want it, but don't do it this run because you don't have any halving.
No, what?
This one's a chance to halve one random peg. So you may as well do that when you have a peg halved ability.
All I'm thinking of is when this guy's upgraded, there's a bigger chance to getting doubles.
Yeah, but you want to do halves as
Yeah.
well. No, you have no half triggers.
Just yet, yeah. I still want to give it a go, because funny.
Yeah, then you solve
Then-
the tree for nothing.
Yeah,
Because the tree was for that ability as well.
I can get something that halves later.
Tell your therapist about Nubby.
Whee.
Yes.
Kind of want to hit the highest number second.
You kind of don't need to hit the highest number. You want to stay for as long as you can.
After the first peg has been popped.
No, well, your thing is like kind of time-based, because the more time passes, the more spikes are summoned and the more...
Yeah, sure. I just mean
That one's
like...
good.
I just mean like, I kind of want to aim to make sure the largest thing isn't the first thing I pop. Because I want the double effect on it.
Oh, yeah. Yay. Bad. Your build is currently based on
Oh my God, I
how
didn't
many
hit
times
it.
you're bouncing. You want to bounce as many times as possible. Not that one.
Smooth.
You can't force trigger.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving it.
That one you can though. You can force trigger.
What's my best items? Nubby dies. Every pig's bear.
that. Your best item is
Why
the
not?
Claw. Is the claw.
Yeah. Someone that does. When the pig.
Baldi's Basics looking ass game. It's a bit Baldi's Basics.
Alright.
That's a peg halved.
Mm-hmm. Double one random pig. Okay. I want to get this guy. What's my worst guy? Maybe sea cucumber?
Maybe sea
This can get-
cucumber.
Yeah. Someone one straw. There's one peg. Wait, let's see if there's some... There isn't. I'll get the strawberry after.
Tardigrade at least synergizes with the dinosaur.
Yeah. Well, it synergizes with... Oh, yeah.
Because you want the peg half to at least do something for you if it's not gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you bounce. Alright.
So you want to stay up for as long as possible. You want to be on the screen for as long as possible.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh! Oh!
Nice.
Oh! The money!
Is this by the same person? I don't know who developed this.
No, I don't think so. No.
Beautiful. If you can't upgrade that cactus soon, you should probably get rid of it.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I need that. Oh, get down there.
Come on, Bob. Come
on.
Nubby.
Oh, God, Nubby, no!
Nice.
Take it.
Check out the other items in the shop. They might be better than what you have.
Chain bolt. Bring a peg.
You do have summons.
Really double a random peg. That's kind of good.
It's every 1.5 seconds though, so
Yeah.
you don't always stay alive.
It's true. Maybe I don't need any of this.
Hey!
Hey!
That's better.
And what is
You
the
need to move
rightmost item? So that can't be this.
maybe tardigrade. 60% chance.
Double one random peg. I feel like sure we have something better.
But 1 and
I
2
have
gets
this.
triggered.
Yeah. So that gets triggered straight away. So, and this is when I die. So that's not good because I'm already
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
So
Then
I
the
want cacti or
cactus, yeah.
something. Yeah, something that destroys things.
Or the turtle, right? Just gives points.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good.
Oh!
Well, why not?
Yay!
Yeah, the house always wins. More kebab.
That's not what the house always wins means. That's the opposite of what the house always wins
I'm the
means.
house.
In this allegory, I'm the house. Nice.
Oh no, it got lowered. Oh, I didn't even hit it. That's fine. Crazy. Yeah.
Johnny losing $20,000 at blackjack. Yay, the house always wins. Nice
Oh,
bouncing.
now we bouncing. Do it again.
Bouncing and moaning on it.
God damn.
Good restocks.
Big money. Whew. Got doubled.
Bad.
Didn't even win. Yeah. Woo.
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 Okay. Phew.
All right. Stay alive for a while.
Tweedle.
Funny. Vital. Lost pick evils. Whoa.
Is it worth like getting a second double tardigrade? So that your halving does even more?
Instead of what?
Instead of the pants, maybe?
When
It's
this
just-
peg is popped,
It's only
it'll give
one peg
us-
for every 10 pegs popped.
Sure. Let's give it a go. Why not? Could have re-rolled, but fuck it. Lol.
You can re-roll the...
I could, but surely. Oh, surely
Okay.
that
Phew!
wouldn't happen again.
That was good.
Wow. Okay, we want a big number on that bad boy.
Not,
That is none of it.
unless it becomes big from the bouncing.
Oh no. Oh no, it's bad. It's still bad. Oh.
Phew! At least you passed.
Force trigger all items. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's moon.
Wow.
That should not have happened like that.
Making it to 6 seconds is going to be massive for you. Well,
Not this time. Oh, million!
nice! The
Mega!
million hit! Wow, number go
Oh
up.
yeah, number go upper. Don't need an explainer for this shit. Lol.
You may have needed an explainer for that one.
Maybe I need an explainer on how to play this game.
Jeez, you're only just making it sometimes. The
Um,
seal does the halving.
Oh yeah,
Do
2
more
random
halving.
pigs smacked. First peg pop. 2 random pegs get smacked. When a peg is smacked, it counts as a peg halved trigger without actually halving it. So it's just kind of like it happens once.
Yeah, maybe it's not that
I don't need these.
good. No, but maybe you should re-roll. Maybe you'll find a better item.
I kind of want to give it a go.
Okay. Then
Um,
the cactus is pretty weak for an
yeah.
upgraded.
And then maybe I want to put it here so it triggers more.
Yeah.
What you got? Strawberry, yes please. Ooh, what do you got?
Oh, wait.
Upgrade the rightmost and remove the leftmost. I don't want to do that unless...
Wait.
And yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Like, right now that's... Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do that. Because this is quite rare. Now I can just replace that shit with, something.
What does the dust
Every
do?
empty... One random
That's a peg half.
peg gives... Peg half. One random peg gives 20 plus points. Increase the number by 20 points for every time this item is triggered during this round.
You might trigger a lot of halves.
But it's 20 points. Look at how much I need
Yeah.
right now. I don't... Sure, it'll be 20 times something, but...
What
I
about
think-
just the fire
Yeah.
for now?
For now.
Reroll?
The pig.
I don't think it's worth $11 to reroll.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, when I have a lot of money, yes, but... What's the stats on this funny guy? 40 chance to do nothing. 3 to 32. Okay, I see.
Yay. funny
What's my
dinosaur.
best guy to leave here? Every time you return, it's equal to a random pig's number. Maybe it's still this.
Bad.
Bad. Bad, but good enough. Yeah, it's good. Oh, got doubled. Oh, money!
Way. Nice.
Doubled
Nice.
again. Oh, it got doubled
Whoa.
again.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
How does peg halving work? Does it just change the number? It does. It makes the number half as big, which is not good for points, but peg halving is one of the triggers. So if you hover over the tardigrade, maybe, when a peg is halved, 60% chance of double one random peg. So we're giving...
So every time we halve, something will probably get doubled.
Very likely something
Oh!
will trigger.
Look at that shit.
So we're giving up
Yeah.
one half for possibly two doubles. I was wondering what the benefit might be. Yeah, exactly.
You pass this round, goal this round, force trigger the item in slot 5 twice. Force trigger the item in
Not
slot
good.
7 to... No, I guess this then we gotta put something better in 5.
Maybe dinosaur.
But this is when I die.
No,
Yeah, it's when I
Okay.
die.
well,
So...
then there's nothing, because all of your things don't work for... All of your things are about making the number,
yeah,
like, bigger.
sure is. I made the thing that gave me points, the die. That's which I think makes a lot of sense.
Doing good.
That's a
It's
pretty
jumping
high number.
around really well.
That's a pretty high number, come on.
You were jumping around
Yeah.
really well. It's when you take a sword to a strap-on. Ah, yes. When you peg half. Oh, do you want to try that?
Yeah, I don't really need this. I feel like.
Oh, Father Bee.
You can jumble pegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always good to be able to do. Let me get that. That's fine. Let me do a roll. E.
That one will trigger things more. So you could force trigger the dinosaur more, for example.
I think that's fine. I feel like everything here kind of synergizes.
Okay.
Oh no!
Bad.
No!
What are you doing?
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Hit it, please.
Please!
Yes! Oh! Lol.
Why? Why is this happening?
Oh my god. Well, it's fine.
That one's good.
Booker party. Booker blast. Booker's OP, it seems. Million. Oh, nice. Hit it once. No, we didn't even hit it once.
Bad. Bad payout.
So be it.
I hope you get another Jake the Snake.
That'd be funny. That's better. Oh, big number, big number. No! I think we do need something that breaks things in the stage now. Because only
Really?
Nubby really destroys things right now.
Yeah, but you
And-
don't need to destroy things. You can keep going.
No, because I die. And it would be great if I had something that killed some of the pegs throughout the game.
Right.
Because what about when Nubby dies, then the game just ends. If something is still triggering at that point, that would be good.
Bad. Phew. Phew!
Ooh. Oh. Oh, it went back up.
Yeah, nice.
Insanity.
That's wild.
It did nothing. Million! Oh my god, get down there! No, wrong corner! Alright, so be it.
Jake the snake. Jake the snake!
Jake the snake. What do you do now? Twice! Alright, well, cool. Oh my god.
Oh my
no,
god.
Stop it. Where's the high numbers? God,
You're
this
doing
is
it though.
terrifying when... Oh, no. Oh,
Times
oh.
20.
Come on, get down there. Get down. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, whoa,
Come
come on,
on.
come on, come on. Oh,
You
I
still
didn't even
gotta
hit
make
him.
a restart there.
Ridiculous. Actually, this one is kind of my worst item
No, it's
right
not.
now.
It's giving you like 2,000 every, like, random pegs number. It could be the million.
I mean, it could, yeah.
It synergizes with the high number play, which you're doing.
I have
like,
2 of these.
Yeah, good idea.
You're kind
Don't
of high
fucking.
up.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, 4 million. Oh my god, no, no.
Fuck! Not the tardigrade.
Oh, at least
At
we
least
got
you
past the
passed
level.
it. Yeah,
Turn it down to force trigger the slot 3.
that's good.
Peg
Because
fully
you need to
popped,
do
sure.
things that aren't just like on first peg popped. You did it once, I think. You hit it once, I think. Yeah. It's
Million! Oh! Nubby!
Let me
come
get
on.
over there.
Oh, we need something that... We really need something that
Oh, that was
activates...
bad.
That destroys things.
You hit it.
Oh, I hit that gritty.
You hit the gritty. You have a lot of like points though. Like, way. Come on, get in there.
Oh yeah!
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Holy shit!
Oh yeah!
When he hits the gritty, he hits it hard.
Oh, I hit it. Oh, I hit it, the gritty. Oh, not
He
not
hits
today.
it-
Not today,
he
baby.
hits it sometimes.
I hit it sometimes, but not every time. Oh, fuck. It did nothing.
Yeah, your play is really based on how many bounces you get.
It's very
If you get like
luck-based
2
right now.
bounces and die,
Oh, come on.
because your thing is based so much on the dinosaur halving and doubling things, it's kind of based on how much you are able to. I mean, I guess the squid could dupe like the lobster claw.
Hmm.
The lobster claw is good.
What do you mean, dupe? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I guess. What else you got?
Oh, seal.
Seal. What do you do now? Twice when a peg is smacked, it counts as... Yeah. 2... Wait, what changed?
It was one.
Trigger without actually having it. Isn't this the exact same?
No, 2 rounded pegs are smacked twice. I think it was 2 rounded.
Twice.
So I think you want to put the seal in slot 3. Is 3 the slot that randomly triggers?
This one does.
Yeah,
Peg fully popped, then it
Yeah.
does it.
because you want the
Um,
halving to happen outside of first peg popped, right?
Okay. Randomize an item. No,
No, thank
eat my balls. I don't want to do that. Oh, avocado. Gain 1% odds for rare items across all shops. This does not increase the
This
odds.
game
for
looks like
ultimate.
ADHD crack cocaine. It's really addictive and fun.
It's good.
I also just love the art style for it.
Very silly. Lol. Come on, get that million.
Nice.
Get those millions. I'm a fucking millionaire.
Your build requires you to stay alive for 3 seconds, because then the lobsters start giving you coins.
My build is fucked. It's so random.
You need to stay alive for 3 seconds.
I know I do, but this build... Ah! I need something that destroys...
You just survived because of the 3 seconds.
I really need things that destroy things.
No, you need to...
Yes, I
be
do.
able-
Yes, I do, because it's all Nubby based right now.
That was the lobster claws giving you 1 million each per your items.
Thank God.
Wow, there you go.
Yippee!
The longer you stay alive, the better.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Whew. Nice.
Sure. Oh, the money! Oh, the money!
Nice.
Oh, and they keep getting doubled, so they don't destroy.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh. Yippee! Funny!
Nice. That's why I kind of don't want you to get things to destroy things. If the goal is staying alive, would it help to aim for the higher points?
Sorta.
Sort of. But Johnny's not aiming for the higher points because the snake gives you a 50% chance of doubling all of your pegs. So if the highest number gets doubled, that's better points eventually than if the second highest number gets doubled, if that makes sense.
All I'm saying is if I see a snotty nose, I will consider it.
The 8 is just happy to be there, yeah.
I still think... I mean, that one's good.
Oh, I
for
meant
halving.
further up the top. Oh, that's what I would do, but I'm not the one controlling the game.
The lowest number pick if you can do this number if this last pick. Maybe it's worth getting rid of this one now.
Yeah.
And then maybe getting a cactus and hopefully I can get another
I
cactus.
don't feel like the cactus is
Someone
better.
wants straw. Well, remember, it's always from above. So as long as I have something to bounce on the bottom, that can be good. And I've seen the cactus really be good, especially
Yeah,
if
but
the
that's a
million
different
numbers
build.
are up high.
You're doing a build that works better the longer you stay alive.
Sure, but I still need something so it's not just Nubby, because sometimes I just die and then that's that. If I do 5 bad
Yeah,
shots,
but
then I'm
that's a
done.
skill issue, sort of.
Yes, it is, and it will happen. Someone wants straw that pops 1 peg. Peg popped by straw gives an additional something. Gain something. We're jumbled.
Well, you do have the jumbler.
That can be
the
this.
avocado,
This
whatever it
can
was
be
then.
good.
But that's just 1 peg.
Yeah, for every 10 pegs popped. So I
Seven
still have
points.
to bounce a bunch for this one.
Well, then I guess it is synergy, because you're going to bounce a bunch. Actually, the straw might be more synergy than the turtle.
Let's try it.
Wah.
Oh my god. Don't.
You've already won.
Oh, you're right. Oh, by quite a lot. Yippee!
So the thing that is like hard to gauge on yours is that you actually want to sort of keep one of your biggest balls alive without bumping into it, because then the lobster claw has a chance of giving you that score.
Look at this shit. Amazing.
Remember to reroll, because it ups the straw.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nice. Phew.
I think the fact that I have something going on is securing points right now.
You still need to
no,
stay
no.
alive for at
Ooh,
least
here we go.
3
This one's
seconds.
good. Sure do. Oh. I'll take it.
Nice.
No. Okay, it worked.
Whew. Crazy straw kind of mid.
All-seeing pyramid. Oh yeah, this one's funny.
I think the crazy straw can work if you're bouncing enough, but you really need to bounce.
The god ray rapidly pops a random peg once for each time the item in slot 1 has triggered this round.
That is not going to be very easy for you, because it's every 3 seconds.
Rightmost item in your inventory.
Can reroll.
That's when I die. So what's a good item when dies? Not that. That one. I can do a regular reroll and get a little bit of buff. Is this worth it?
What does it do?
I just realized something. I want this.
To happen.
I want more of this happening.
Okay.
Because the more
The more
doubling
it
and
halves it-
halving,
yeah,
the more
yeah.
chaos happens.
This is true.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Is that really? Yeah. God, look at all this money I can't use. Oh.
You've already hit your goal.
Oh. I want more. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's good for bouncing.
Come on. Come on!
Oh my god. No.
You've already...
Put down there.
Yeah.
Oh. Phew. Oh, the don't touch me's, which I actually really want to touch. Oh my god, I did nothing. No, I could have hadn't had the most crazy score there. Oh well, whatever. Oh.
Yeah! It depends how much
hit that
you're...
though, hit that though, hit that though. Yeah.
It really
Yeah,
depends how much you're bouncing.
oh my God.
Your build is based on bouncing.
Oh.
Yeah, Keep on bouncing!
Oh, that one.
This is like a good version of Pachinko. Holy bajoli! Right on. Oh, almost 999.
Whoa, nubtastic.
Nubtastic.
Hey,
Hey! No, no, you
I
already
already have it.
It's a squid.
Yeah.
That was duping it.
Should just get rid of the squid.
You want a second dino? Well, no, because the squid is more versatile. You can change
Yeah,
what
but
you're doubling.
but I don't. But that's the thing I want to double anyway. I don't know. What do you got for me? Eat. Mince mimics the effect of the most recently eaten food. Kidney bean.
Okay.
Alright,
So another.
sure.
No.
No.
Uh,
No.
well, you could use it if you're gonna get rid of the squid anyway.
You're right. You're right.
Upgrade the lobster claw.
Is it like that? Upgrade the rightmost? Yeah. Another one of those. Put that there. Put that there. Like that.
Check out the lobster claws.
Every time your inventory gives points equal to the double value of a random pig's number. Every item in your inventory. Okay. Reroll. Reroll.
Oh!
Oh, huge.
Lucky.
Look at all this, all these silly effects.
Maybe you. Oh no. I already got it.
Oh. Apocalypse. Blood drops will rapidly rain down from above, and half the first pegs they come
That's
in
actually not
contact-
that bad for you because you have a lot of halving. Like,
Yeah.
as long as you stay alive.
Oh my god. Oh, bounce back up.
Nice, nice, nice! You're doing it! You're doing it!
Oh my god, hit the billions. Hit the billion. Hit the trillion. Please, Nubby.
That was so good.
Didn't even need it. Didn't even need it. But if I hit that thing once,
Yeah.
I would have gotten a much higher high score. Alright, we did it. Good
Very
job.
good.
Good job, everyone.
Very good. That's gaming. That was us.
Yeah.
Very funny. It's
Very
always funny to
funny.
play a little bit of Nubby at the end of the session.
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Well.
that'll be a go-to
End of
quick
session.
quick game while we have some extra time.
So we don't know what we're streaming on Thursday, but we're streaming on Thursday.
We'll stream
The
something.
usual times. But here is a link to Discord if you're not already in the Discord. Thank you again to who was it? Rushla that raided. So much. I
Yes.
appreciate it. Let me see if there's somebody else to raid.
Oh hey, haven't seen them
Oh,
for a while.
machinery. Yeah, well maybe that's good because I don't have a button.
You don't have a button. Can I'm gonna log into my own.
Hold on, can I see how to spell that?
No, I did it too late.
Let's see if this works.
I think
Yes,
I
it worked. Okay. Raid message. If you have the super emotes, you can copy and paste the super raid from just a message. And if you don't have the super emotes, you can copy and paste the super raid message from Skiffle with the funny cheese. So we're gonna go raid machinery. They're usually playing art.
They're playing art.
They're playing art.
They're playing art right now.
So this we'll be streaming again 8 o'clock on Thursday. Don't know what we're streaming yet. Keep updated on the Discord as per usual. And yeah, catch you then. And if you're in Australia, remember to vote big socialists if you can, or vote left-wing parties. Make sure to vote Greens pretty high. Fucking,
If you got big socialists
fuck
on
the
there,
fascists.
give that a 1.
Fuck the fascists and Turks and shit that have been so loud recently.
Yeah.
But we cannot let them win.
Yeah.
So, have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.
We'll catch you over at Machineries
And on Thursday.
on Thursday. Alright. Bye. Bye, everyone.